what is our criteria for rating the drivers here?
Initially, the rubric I was going to give you is that you had to rate them. Obviously, S means Super Saiyan. Then you have A, B, C, D, F.
That's true. That is obvious.
And I was gonna say you had to rank them according to their performance in their car. So you couldn't just say that Alex sucks because he has 2 points or something like that. However, we have 3 very different opinions on the show, as we've discovered when we ranked other things. So I don't know how we're going to win out and determine what rank somebody goes into. I guess we just whoever has the most compelling argument. And I'll just start, over at K-Mag over in the Haas because he's the first picture I have. So let's start.
Is this for this season or all time or what?
No, this is for this season so far. This season so far.
Okay.
So I don't know how some people have performed this season, but I know where I would rate them just based on who they are.
Okay, we could do it that way too.
Like Fernando. I'm like, he's having a bit of an anonymous season. I'm sure he's doing a good job. I think he has double the points of his teammate. But his teammate is Lance, so it's hard to judge.
I have the points up here somewhere. So
can I just tell you how I would do it?
Okay.
How I would do mine, and then you can argue against why I'm wrong, according to you.
Okay.
So S, I would have Lewis, Max, and Fernando. A would be Leclerc and Sainz.
Hold on, you're going too fast for me. Lewis, Max, and Fernando. A would be Sainz and Leclerc.
And Piastri. And then B is the bottle shop, which is Lando and George.
Okay.
And then everybody else goes into C, apart from people that bought their seats. So Logan and Lance and who's our other pay?
Lance bought his seat. You got to put him in D or
That's what
F.
I said.
Whatever
Logan and Lance bought their seats.
Yeah.
And did Zhou Guanyu not buy his seat?
Zhou Guanyu bought his seat, so he gets to go in D as well.
So Logan,
so this
Lance...
this is our base setting of what I think is correct, and then you can argue and move people up or down based on this.
And Logan, Lance, and Zhou Guanyu. Okay, Adam, let's go.
I'm ready to argue against you.
So I'm going to go on record saying something very controversial. I'll probably not be able to run for office after I say this, but as regards the Super Saiyan tier, it's recently occurred to me that Dragon Ball GT is actually better than Dragon Ball Super.
What?
And
Why?
We
How?
didn't need...
What?
How?
Yeah,
It's not even real. Dragon Ball GT doesn't
is
exist.
Amazing.
Yeah, it doesn't exist.
Dragon Ball GT, if you rewatch it now, it's got whimsy. It's a lot less serious than
Dragon
Super.
Ball
Super
GT
just is powering up
was
forever.
The first show as a child that I watched where I went, oh, cartoon's going to be boring.
Nah, it rules. It rules in retrospect. We weren't ready for it because we wanted more Dragon Ball Z, which is what...
Yeah.
So I think what they did right with Dragon Ball Super is making the movies and then turning that into arcs.
The movies are cool. The series is just meaningless. Just powering up forever. Now multiverses are never a good idea. There's a lot of genocide, just multiverses getting destroyed. The only thing that's really cool about Super is it finally confronts us with the fact that Goku is the biggest villain of all, by far, because his need to fight increasingly stronger opponents literally genocides universes. And that's all he cares about. And so he's truly the biggest bad guy, and you can't avoid your Saiyan.
I was always Team Vegeta.
Yeah. So you're going to follow with what I'm saying next. So what am I getting at? Why is GT better? A lot of reasons. But
we're about to say Max is Vegeta. GT, if Max is Vegeta...
yeah, probably. But the coolest character in GT is Baby Vegeta, when that parasite infects Vegeta because it's from the Tuffles and they were almost genocided, or they were, by the Saiyans, so they're getting their revenge. Totally sympathetic. Love Baby. Really bad name, but I don't know what the Japanese were going for. Anyway, Baby Vegeta most looks like Nico Hulkenberg, and much like Super Saiyan 2 Baby Vegeta, massively, massively outperforming his power level. So I'm going to argue we can break the difference, but I'm going to say for what he's done this season, that Nico's in the S tier.
Wow.
And then my counter is that I think that Fernando has been good when his car is good and is kind of just whiny and annoying when not. And I'm starting to think he's more of an A than an S kind of guy.
So, wait, Fernando, you want to put him in A, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So my question is
A little bit. Like, when we see those rain races and you're like, okay, the goats come alive, he shows up. I have to admit. But I'm
I
souring
don't
on
know.
him
Where
and his
did he
attitude
finish
a
in
little
Canada? Canada was like one of our best
Yeah,
rain
I'll
races.
give you the Alonso.
Oh,
I'm
he
going to
finished pretty
sit
good,
and
actually.
digest the Hulkenberg move.
The only thing I can say about Alonso is he was extremely endearing. The way, like, this unattached, childless man posted like selfie after selfie after selfie with him in his Aston Martin Valkyrie with heart emojis and heart eye emojis. It was just the best. Like, what? Just he's living his best life, and his childlike joy over getting that car, which apparently broke down in 1 hour in Monaco. Just the best.
So my changes to this are a couple. One, we're looking at the S and the A tier, which we're ignoring the bottom tier, and I would immediately move Perez down to F, along with my homeboy Logan Sargent, which I'm surprised we haven't done.
Yeah.
I'll probably also
I'm
move
okay with
K-Mag down into F because I just feel like every race I watch him, I'm disappointed.
I think he gets
K-Mag
up
is
to
so
D
fun.
just for the fun. For the fun.
Yeah.
Like, how many races have been interesting because he's been there?
You know,
all of them.
Where was it? I think it was Zandvoort, where like he tried to slow down the pack to help Hulkenberg catch up, but you can't do it at Zandvoort because the turn is banked, so there's so many cars that can get around. And as soon as he like hit on the brakes into the turn, all 4 cars like swamped him. And I was like, "What were you trying to do there, K-Mag? You can't hold him back. You can. It's not the same
It
kind
did
of
work
track."
for a while, though. You have to hand it to him.
He's now coming back with 0 points.
Yeah.
It's
going to be dangerous for the others.
He has no incentive not to crash because he's already lost his seat for next year. So, okay. The other thing I want to change is I want to move Carlos out of A and put him into B. I just don't think that he has
no business being next to Charles.
He hasn't shined this year.
But
I'm really happy
he
with this,
is better than George and Lando.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, he is. I don't know if
see what I mean. If you're going to move him to B, everybody else gets moved down.
Is he better than Lando?
Have a problem.
No, we just need to move Lando down.
Yes. Lando gets down one more to C.
I would leave Lando higher than George because George qualifies. He has good results and stuff, but when the pressure is on, he's turning into a bit of a Grosjean.
So do we have like a B plus? Can I make like a B plus here?
Yeah, this is really tough.
Oh, I can
almost
add a row.
that...
Oh my god. We can do...
No, that's a cop-out. This has to be agony.
You sure? I could do it. He doesn't...
No, I don't know.
I will concede this. As long as you leave...
to be S? Is that the real thing we're looking at here?
Maybe.
No, I don't think so.
I think Charles is A+. But if you leave George in C, then I will give you Sainz and Lando as a B. If anybody's listening on Spotify, which is our main thing, you're not gonna have any idea what's going on.
I know
right
this
now.
is like the problem. Come to our YouTube channel, Not That Good Media. Actually, it's called Slow Pit Stop now.
Yeah.
You can get the link is on Instagram. The link is going to be on Twitter. We're gonna put this out on YouTube.
At the top, type @ as in like an email @ Slow Pit Stop, all one word. You'll find our channel. Watch this there because I think if you're listening in your car or wherever you are, there's so much to sound insane.
So my nephew listens to our podcast. He doesn't watch it, and he told me he listened to the helmet episode and didn't understand a single thing.
Amazing.
Okay, all right. What are we doing? We're gonna change Carlos. We're gonna put him up to A. We're gonna move. George is already in C. So do you want to keep it like this? But I didn't like this. I didn't like
this
Carlos being
Lando.
next to Charles Leclerc.
We put Carlos down to B.
No,
and
put Carlos down
C
and then
because
put...
you guys need it.
All right, I'm making a B+.
It's so brutal,
I'm
but
doing
I'm
it. Oh shoot! How did I?
No, don't do it. It's fine. Just put George down in.
Yeah, just put George down in C, and then I'll be happy with that. So Lando and Sainz are B.
You know, I agree that George deserves to be C because he basically has only performed to the level of his car, which to me puts you at a B or C level. We haven't really seen him super duper shine, except for arguably in Belgium. But we all have different opinions over the weight loss and what really happened there, so that disqualifies him as he was in the race. So, all right, is this our final? Are we leaving Hulkenberg in S? Are we really doing such a thing?
Yeah, it feels unusual.
Guys,
I get it.
He has 22 points compared to K-Mag's 6 points. Wow, that's actually insane. That's almost 4 times as many points. He's finishing the points 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times this year, with his career high of P6 this year. That's actually not bad.
He's
Maybe he is
driving a
outperforming the Haas.
stagecoach.
Yeah, he is outperforming it. I'm trying to decide between S and A for
I
him.
think A. I think S is
I'm gonna
like...
go with S. I think
This is
I'm
funnier,
convinced of S. I think we'll leave him
Yeah.
in S. I
Okay.
think this will
We're
be
gonna
the
see this
controversial
guy
take.
WDC
He
throughout
has a
the
bright
Audi
future ahead of
era.
him.
Yeah, he and Mattia Binotto holding hands on the top step.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay. And there is our
So
our ranking.
One question for you
Yeah.
guys. Do you sometimes feel like Ocon would be better if he had a good drive?
No.
Okay. Sometimes I think he's got a lot of
Oh,
raw
like a good
speed,
car.
and he shouldn't be next to Gasly. I don't know if that means Gasly goes
Maybe
down
that's
or he goes
true.
up.
Let's move
but I
Gasly
just
down.
don't-
I like that. Look, Gasly has how many points? I'll tell you. Gasly has 8 points. Ocon has 5 points. But
Yeah,
somehow
No, they can
feels-
both be
yeah.
there. They're fine. For where their car is at, I think C is appropriate for both of them.
You guys
Gasly
think
had a
Albon
top
should
drive
be
and
in
really
C
screwed
then?
it up. I feel like if Ocon got George's seat, he would be doing as well.
Well, then my question is, does Alex Albon stay in C tier? Because he's got 6 points in a Williams, so should we move him up to B?
We'll just never know until he has Carlos next to him. Like, we don't have any
Oh.
Yeah.
Alex barometer at all.
Yeah, I'd like if you want to move him to B, you can. I'm not going to fight it, but that's as high as he can go.
I have no idea. I don't get a
Guys,
I don't get a beat
the double
on
overtake was
Alex
so
at
good.
all.
He deserves
Yeah,
to go
put him
to
in
D
B
true,
for the
true.
overtake.
for the
True,
double
true.
overtake. Okay,
That's
I'm
true.
happy with this now. The only other thing I would maybe do is put Daniel Ricciardo down into D. That's maybe the only
D for
other.
Daniel.
This may be the only other. What has he done this year? What was his comeback has been such a whimper. Look, he's got
Yeah,
12
sad.
points compared to
Mm.
Yuki's 22 points, you guys. Yuki's had 22 points and Daniel has 12. We have to
Okay,
move
move
Daniel
him down. Move him down.
I don't
Move
know
him
though.
down.
I think like he's been given worse strategy a lot of the time.
Yeah, but like Sainz and Leclerc know when to say no. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
This
I
is what
guess
we're doing
so.
instead.
I don't know. It seems like RB is a really bad team.
Yeah,
Like
Yuki
on
has
many
double
levels.
the points
Yeah,
in
okay.
the same car.
I'm not bothered by this ranking.
Okay, all right. We'll call this, and it feels much more balanced now. There's very bell curvian to it, don't you think?
yeah.
Yeah. I feel that Daniel would have won a race if he had been subbed into Red Bull for the rest of the season, though. Some kind of like Singapore, Azerbaijan
Yeah.
kind of thing.
I think if
True.
it was earlier in the year, maybe.
Oh, now that the car is bad, he would have been bad as well. Oh,
Yeah.
that sucks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for Azerbaijan qualifying, guys. I think it's going to be really a real barn burner.
I really don't know what to make about Azerbaijan. I just can't get over the fact that they're driving on real streets, which I know straight tracks do that, but you could see like the turn signals on the ground, and it's just like it bothers me that they don't get into that lane and take a left turn. Like, come on.
I've never thought of it that way, I must say.
It bothers me.
It doesn't bother me that they cut the lanes. It bothers me when they go in the opposite direction to the arrows.
Yeah, that sucks too.
That bothers me.
I saw a picture.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter. It was like Baku, like any other time of the year, and there's like 15 lanes of traffic, and it's like Baku for the
Yeah.
Formula. Where does that traffic go? Is this like, communist country? They just everybody's like cleared out for F1. Like, what's happening?
They shut it
Just
down,
clear it out.
like
They do it
Singapore
for Miami
and Monaco.
too.
Yeah.
Just do it. Yeah. I used to be so worried about Azerbaijan because there's almost always a crash, and I just find it like it's exciting, but it's dangerous. But now we have Jeddah and Vegas, and they're both more dangerous. So
Jeddah, I think, is definitely more dangerous. And I just want to say, we Americans do not take street tracks lying down, because the amount of people who are angry for the Vegas just getting rid of all the traffic, it was all over my Instagram and Twitter and everything. It was just angry people in Las Vegas. But it's okay, because that's literally what their city was built for, tourists, so they can live with it.
yeah, that's
all right.
right.
Let's just
Go
recap
Knights.
this real quick for our audio-only listeners who have to mentally remember to go watch it. The S tier, Super Saiyan tier, is Super Saiyan Lewis, Super Saiyan Max, and Super Saiyan Nico Hulkenberg. And then we have our A tier, our top grades, toppers, Charles Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, and Nando Alonso. And then our solid Bs, they call them Buzz, is Lando Norris, Carlos Sainz, and Alexander Albon. And then in our C's get degrees, we've got what's his name? Valtteri Bottas, Esteban Ocon, Pierre Gasly, Yuki Tsunoda, and George Russell. And then in our D's, we're just here to have a good time. We've got Zhou Guanyu, Lance Stroll, K-Mag, Daniel Ricciardo, D for Danny. And then in our F, they failed out of the year, or should have failed out if they're ready to buy their seats. We've got Sergio Perez and Logan Sargent. Feels apt. I'm pretty happy with this final ranking. What do you guys think?
Yeah, me too.
All right.
Beautiful.
Yeah.